What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy AyeThatsAaron, and we're back again with another Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash video. And today we're going to be talking about the new character trailer that just dropped about Maki, Inumaki, and Panda, and talking about everything that we have learned from the trailer. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, please just let your boy Aaron know. Without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, I always do this to you guys, and I'm so sorry about it. We always have to give a brief overview of what Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash is. So the new game is going to be a console game where it's going to be a 2v2 arena fighter anime brawler, basically. It looks like it's more of a mix of Jump Force-esque Naruto Storm, but overall it's going to be very interesting. It is made by Biking, the people who have made My Hero Ultra Rumble and My Hero 1 Justice 1 and 2. So we're very excited to see what we got going on with that kind of mixture. So far, the game system looks very in detailed, and if you guys want more about the game system overall, I'll link one of my videos in the description so you guys can get a better understanding about it. So since I got that out of the way, let's talk about the trailer, shall we? So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in the intro, we got a better look at Maki, Panda, and Inumaki. So first, we're going to start out with my girl Maki, and we're going to talk about what we got going on here, right? So in the trailer, as we can see, Maki looks like she is about the hands. You know, if you guys did not know, in one of the previous games that they talked about, each character is going to have a cursed bar meter, but with Maki, she's going to have more of a physical meter since she doesn't have her own cursed energy. And so we get to really see that in her combos where she is just throwing the hands, basically. Now, if we look at now we're going to go through the combos, and I'm going to have them up on screen. And so far, her gameplay looks absolutely sick. Now, if we're going to break down one by one, let's get into what we need to break down, you know what I'm saying? Now, the first attack is where she, well, I guess it's like the first attack, I guess first input, is whenever Maki attacks and then puts the staff on the ground and does a swing. I feel like that's part of a combo string. I don't think that that's a special move, so I think that's going to be part of her combo string, which is pretty neat. And then we see her activate a move where you see that blue aura kind of thing start to center around Maki, and she does a little series of attacks, and then she launches outwards and, you know, pushes them back. Now, I do think that that's going to be her first special move because we see her do it again later in the trailer wherever she's doing a tag team with Panda, so I think that's going to be her first special move. So it's going to be like a little flurry of attacks and then boom, a knockback. Now, the next part of the trailer that we see what my girl Maki does is she's running, and then she attacks Nobara and knocks Nobara up in the air to then knock Nobara back down to the ground. Now, if you guys do not remember my last video when we broke that down with Yuji, I said that I think each character is going to have a launcher. They're going to have a move that's going to launch an opponent up in the air, so we could do some air combos, and then we're going to have something that's going to knock them down, right? So there's a difference between a knockdown and a follow-up. So for example, like you see my girl Maki knock down Nobara, and I think that that's going to be more of like the knockdown itself, and then I think you could follow up with her taking a spear and knocking her down, or either or. Basically, we're going to have a knockdown, right? I don't know the specifics, but there is going to be a knockdown kind of system in it. Next in the trailer, we see that Nobara throws something at Inumaki. Oh, correction. Nobara throws something at Maki, and Maki sidesteps and has the green aura around her body and has all that yellow, like, you know, radiating off her body, right? So here's my theory of what it is. So you guys remember in one of my previous videos, I mentioned to you guys that there's going to be normal moves. There's going to be normal moves in the game, like normal attack moves. There's going to be moves that are going to be charged by cursed energy. I think that the green around her body is going to be basically her activating her quote-unquote cursed energy, but since she doesn't have a cursed energy, it'll be her physical gauge, and I think that that's what that aura is. It's light, it's green, and it doesn't look like cursed energy. Cursed energy in this game looks like how it does in the anime, where it's like blue with a black outline, and I think that her with that green is her activating her her physical move, basically. And I think that the yellow aura coming off her person is her passive skill activated, right? This looks like more of like a status buff than it does look like, you know, like it looks like a status buff or a power-up kind of thing, like how they typically do in most anime games where you have an attack buff, a defense buff, or a stamina buff, basically. So I think that she has her passive ability activated with that sidestep. It doesn't look like a counter to me per se, it just looks like she's sidestepped, so I think it's pretty cool. And I think it has some invincibility frames as well because my girl is completely white as well. So maybe it might have some invincibility with it. Not 100% sure. Next, in the next shot, we see my girl Maki lunge forward at Nobara, and then you see the flurry of attacks. Now, that is the longest section of uncut stuff that we have in this trailer. I think that that is what her charged cursed move is gonna be. So in my previous videos, we talked about how there's gonna be a normal move and a charged curse move, and I think that that is gonna be her charged curse move, because you see all those flurries of hits that looks just like it. And even though we didn't get a chance to see it completed, it looked like she was about to knock her back. You know what I'm saying? Like how I said with the first one, it looked like she, did a few hits and then knocked her back. But this one, it's a flurry of hits and looks like it's going to be the same knockback animation. So it's safe to say that this is going to be the charge curse move of Maki. And then next, we get to cut to see what her awakening technique is going to look like. And it looks absolutely sick. And I don't know if there's going to be any status elements and stuff like that activated when she activates that. But yeah, we get to see what her ultimate looks like, and it looks absolutely insane. Next, we get to see my boy Inumaki, the curse speech user. Now, with Inumaki, he looks like he's more hand-to-hand with it. As I was saying previously, I think that the aura that surrounds the character is when they're activating curse energy with their abilities to make it do more damage, because it looks like Inumaki has some curse ability his curse energy activated as he's attacking, because in the next shot you just see him with no curse energy. So I think that that's what that aura is. So basically curse energy is being activated in these combo strings. In the combo string, you see my boy knock him up in the air to knock him back down. So I'm assuming we have a soft launcher and then a hard launcher. That's my theory, because as you guys can see in Inumaki's combos, he kicks Fushiguro up a little bit and knocks him back to the ground. But then later, a few seconds later in the trailer, we see him do some sick combos and knock him higher up in the air. So maybe it's going to be like a soft launcher and a hard launcher. Maybe it might be what we got going on with that. Next, we get to see his cursed abilities in action. So as you guys can see, he has the cursed energy around him. Now, it didn't look like Fushiguro was attacking him, but the first move, you know what I'm saying, it looks like it just knocks him down. That's pretty sick. The next one is, I think it's Twist. I think that's also pretty sick. I don't know what the range is going to be on these things, but it looks like it's somewhat close range, so that'd be kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? I think the first one is Fall, and I think the second one is Twist, I'm not 100% sure. And then as you see Inumaki running in this next clip, you get to see him drinking something. And I think that that's going to be like the mouthwash that he drinks, or the throat medicine that he drinks to help him get his curse abilities back. Now, if you guys did not see one of my previous videos, they basically say for Inumaki, he's going to have a curse speech gauge. And basically, if you use his gauge too much, then it will cause his character's throat to hurt, which will cause damage to your character overall. So if you're going to use his cursed speech, you're going to have to drink some of the throat spray or whatever to, I guess, heal your throat so it doesn't take too much damage. So he's going to be a fun character, and that's kind of like his balance system to go with it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is pretty sick. And then next we get to see his ultimate animation, his ultimate and what it looks like. And honestly, it looks pretty sick. I can't wait to see my boy Inumaki in action. So yeah, so that's what Inumaki's looking like. It looks like with his combos, he doesn't use his cursed speech that much, which I'm okay with, honestly, because it makes sense, because you can't use it all willy-nilly. But you know, I'm happy that they have like a complex system for my boy Inumaki, or I guess not too complex, but I'm glad they have his own system, you know. And then next we have my boy Panda. Now with Panda, he looks like that heavy set character, the heavy, like, you know what I'm saying, like the heavy set character. Look at him throwing the punches on Itadori. He looks absolutely insane. And then right there, it looks like his moves, where he has a yellow outline, looks like they're going to be armored moves, and I think that's going to be really sick. We're going to talk about armored moves whenever we get the chance later in this video, but I just want to talk about Panda's moveset. So yeah, it looks like he has armor going on with his stuff, and I think that is pretty clean. So it looks like he's going to be a very armor heavy character. Next, we get to see him in his gorilla mode. At first, I thought that was just going to be an ultimate, and it still could be an ultimate, honestly. I'm not 100% sure. But then we get to see that he gets to fight in the gorilla mode. So it looks like gorilla mode is just going to be more than just like an ultimate animation kind of thing. Like in Dragon Ball FighterZ, you know, Kid Goku turns into Super Saiyan 4 Goku in an ultimate. I think that gorilla mode is actually going to be an install character. So he's actually going to be a character himself. Now, if we look at gorilla mode fighting, it looks like gorilla mode is really putting a pause on Itadori. A very heavy set character who has a lot of armor as well. Now, I don't know if you're going to stay in gorilla mode the whole time. We do not know that yet. But it looks like gorilla mode is going to be much stronger and a much armored base. And then, you know, you're probably going to need something to counter all that armor. But I'm going to talk about that later in the video as well. Next, it looks like we see my boy Panda throwing a flurry of punches while he has his cursed energy activated. So I don't know if that's going to be his charge special or if that's going to be his normal special. Either or, but he's hitting him with that Jotaro, you know, Oro action, you know what I'm saying? And then next, you see my boy Panda. I think this is part of his ultimate animation where he punches Itadori on the ground, picks him up, and then throws him far. That gotta be his ultimate. Looks pretty cool though. I like it, you know what I'm saying? Panda is a cool character, and they're gonna make him look cool in this game. And then it goes over talking about the 2v2 curse battles, and we get to see a better look of like, you know, what combat's gonna look like in the game. So in the combat, like this junk look like it's gonna be insane. It looks like it's just straight hands, boy. The way they be beating up on these characters and knocking them back. So in my previous video, one of my previous videos, I talked about the map size, and I talked about how we're probably gonna get a huge size map when it comes to these characters. And a lot of people were kind of skeptical, but if we look at the maps look huge. Like it's insane. I think it's really trying to accommodate for the 2v2 aspect, and they want the characters to have enough room to fight away from each other and fight together. Because yeah, this map looks huge. The knockbacks and the combos and how far these characters are running from the opponent, it's insane. Like even my boy Maki, like not Maki, Inumaki, when he runs and uses cursed speech from that distance, it looks like he's just like far away. Not far away, but he looks like he's a good distance away. And then you see Maki, and then you see Panda going crazy. Now with Maki, like I said, that's why I think that, you know, if you see Maki's like little strings or whatever, it looks like that was her special move. So like I said, I think that's going to be the first special move. And then the other thing is going to be the charge special move for the launcher. Now for Panda, I think Panda's special move is going to be the flurry of punches, because you see him doing it right here beside Maki on Itadori. And I think that the gorilla mode version, or maybe a more in detail version, is going to be the curse meter. It's going to be the charge curse one. You know what I'm saying? So I think his special move is going to be the flurry of punches. I think it's pretty sick. And then the trailer finishes out, and then it cuts to the Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash screen or whatever, which is pretty sick. We learned a lot from the trailer. Now, like I said, I'm going to be talking to you guys about some things that weren't mentioned in the trailer, but I have my own theories about. So like I said in the trailer, I do think the combat system is very in detail. I think we're going to get ourselves a normal combo string. We're going to have normal combos. We're going to have the curse combos, like I said, which will be able to allow us to do more damage. So have your curse energy activated while you're attacking, which will help you build more meter. And then we're going to have our awakening techniques as well in the game. You know what I'm saying? It looks like every character has some sort of launcher to do air combos, and some sort of like knockdown for you to knock people down from the said air combos. You know what I'm saying? Now, something I think is very interesting in the trailer was Panda specifically, right? If you guys see in the trailer, Panda, like I said, had that yellow outline to his character. And we know it was safe to say that we all think that he has armored moves, right? And then with Maki, you see her with the white outline. And if you look at one of the last character trailer we got, which was Asukuna, he had the red character outline. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, like, Aaron, what do these outlines mean? Like, we don't fully understand. Well, we're gonna take you guys back to a game, My Hero 1 Justice 2, so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So in My Hero 1 Justice 2, basically the outlines of the colors mean something, right? Typically, whenever you see a character with the white lines around them, that means invulnerability, right? So typically when you finish off a combo and the character needs to recover, the white outlines will activate, which shows like, hey, this character is invincible for a certain amount of frames. For the yellows, those are typically the armored moves, and then the reds are basically like the armor breaking moves, or I really consider them more like grabs, but they are the moves that counter that, right? So for example, yellow beats basic moves. So this is how it goes, right? You got normal attacks. Normal attacks are beaten by armor attacks. Armor attacks are then beaten by the red attacks, which were typically grabs and such like that. And then normal attacks can beat the red. Like if you play My Hero 1 Justice 2, if you see someone trying to do a red attack, you can just mash through it with your light string or your combo button to beat that red attack, right? But if you use a yellow move against normal attacks, then, you know, the yellow move will always have the priority against the normal attacks, right? The armor will always have the priority against the normals, but the yellows can't do much against the reds if they're timed perfectly. You see what I'm saying? So I think that that's the same kind of system we're going to get in Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash, because with Sukuna specifically, if we look at that scene that I'm talking about, it looks like a sort of grab, and it goes into an animation, and it knocks Itadori back just a little bit, and I think that's what it's going to be like. Red moves in 1 Justice 2 seem more like grabs than they were abilities, so I think that it's going to cancel out the armor moves, because think about it, if every character has an armor move that can't be beat by something, then really what's the point, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you can make them take damage while in that armored state, but if every character has an armored move, and nothing can beat said armor move, then it just breaks the game overall, i.e. Jump Force. I always hated how Jump Force had crazy armor and all their moves. That's just me. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's how the system is going to go. I think we're going to have the same red, yellow, and white mechanic that they had going on in 1.6.2 because it's made by Viking. It's the same people. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. Now, finally, we're going to talk about the release date. Now, I know that people have been talking about the leak on Twitter. So if you guys do not know, one of the Jujutsu Kaisen official Twitter pages confirmed that Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash is going to be coming out of February 2024, but then the post was deleted, right? No one was able to get a screenshot of it. Your boy Aaron tried to get a screenshot of it, but no one had a screenshot of it when this stuff was going on, and they basically confirmed that the game will be coming out February of 2024. Now, my thing is, it's not 100% confirmed because, like, the thing about it is, it could have been one of those timed tweets where they like had a schedule to come out at a specific time, but they changed their mind afterwards. And besides, when it comes to these games, sometimes development can be pushed back for months on end. We're not 100% sure, so I'll say take that with a grain of salt. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the official page did tweet that it was going to come out February of 2024. Now, moving forward, I do think we're probably going to get ourselves another character trailer. We got our Itadori, Megumi, Gojo, and Sugano one last week, and then we were, the week before, and then last week we were able to get the Inumaki, Maki, and Panda one. So maybe next week we might get one of the disasters in Toto. Not 100% sure. Or they might confirm a character. I don't know. Ever since My Hero Ultra Rumble dropped, they've been dropping more GJK news, so I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything that we gathered from this week's trailer breakdown video. Let me know what you guys think, man. Are you guys excited? Are you guys disappointed? Do you guys think the combat system is going to be mind-blowing and life-changing? Please just let your boy Aaron know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know your favorite character from Jujutsu Kaisen in the comment section. And until next time, peace out.